Well, for those who don't really know it, I have a real love for mouse guns, as they're called. 32 autos from the turn of the last century. And this is one I didn't have before. What you're looking at is a 1917 Savage. I should show, by the way, I have one already. I'll show it. This is a 1907 Savage. You can tell the difference between this and this. This has no screws on the grip. The grip of this one is made of steel. This was made in 1907. It's a it's the very first model. This is a late model, 1917. It has a grip on each of the it has a screw on each of the grips. It has the other differences are the cocking piece on here is rounded. On here it has a spur. This is not a hammer. It's a cocking piece. This is you can find the history of the Savage pistols on other channels, but this is just a pistol I've always wanted. I wanted in 1917 just to have an example of this type, because I already had a 1907. And one of the main differences, by the way, between the two is, by the way, this is the magazine that came with the 1917, but it works in the 1907. You'll notice where I put my finger. That's how you release the magazine. There are two little grip holes, two little witness holes, or whatever you call them, on the front of this thing. One of them fits the 1907, and the other's for the 1917. Also, the 1915 works this way. And the way this one works, and it's a little bit weak, but instead of putting your finger up here, you put your finger down here and push on this button here at the lower section to drop it. Anyway, that's one of the ones I found recently. I purchased this recently at a recent gun show. Another one I got that I thought was kind of cute was this. What you're looking at is a 1922 Fabrique Nationale. This was a design that John Browning actually came up with. That there's a good description of this one on I think it's called the Firearms blog. Mike from Bloke on the Range discusses it, and it's a quite nice pistol. He has one. I always wanted one too, because it's just an interesting design, and it has a. Let me get my glasses on because I need to see it properly to do the takedown. Thing is that Fabrique Nationale is in Belgium, and Belgium got taken over by the Germans in World War II. This pistol became issued to the Nazis, and it has Nazi proof marks all over it. This was actually issued to the Luftwaffe as one of their issued pistols, substitute standard. And the thing is, you notice how long the slide is here? Well, it really isn't that long. Check this out. If you pull this thing and turn, this cap comes right off. That's part of the takedown. I won't go completely taking it down because it's let me get this back where it belongs. Okay, the other way. And I won't take down the other one at all because it requires the one I'm about to show you, because it requires a tool to do the same task. There. Anyway, the Fabrique Nationale FN 1922 is just a very nice, ergonomically pretty cool pistol. Even with a big hand like mine, I can still get the pinky on it because it's just long enough for use. This was I assume some kind of a capture, because it was originally a Luftwaffe pistol. Now the last one I picked up, where is it? Here it is a French MAB or MAB. Now I had a model 1935 A and S modeled French pistols, but I didn't have a MAB. And MABs are just uniquely cool. The way this one works is exactly the same as that FN 1922. Though the little gizmo on the front here is much smaller and actually requires a tool to get it back into place. But it's a simple blowback, both of them are. But you'll notice this one has a adjustable rear sight on it, which is kind of cool. And the magazine has some interesting ways that you notice the floor plate, the way it's peened over here to hold it in place. Just looks interesting. This was developed for the French military just before World War II, and I mean just before. And the problem was the French then ended up getting taken over, and Vichy France issued these to their new overlords, the Nazis. And if you look down in here, there's actually a Nazi proof mark on this barrel, which is kind of interesting. But this is an actual French issue, and it's a beautiful pistol. Has a yeah, they both have grip safeties on the back. They're very uncomfortable, not very ergonomic, but you know, that's the way they made them back then. Anyway, that is my latest part of my collection. I have quite a collection of mouse guns, but just thought I'd show these.